Haven't talked to a man in years, so.
Welcome to Spinsters, a podcast where we finally interview NBA player only to convince him to be on The Bachelor. I'm Jordan. Haley's here. Sierra's here. Later, we'll be joined by Georges Niang of the Philadelphia 76ers and Max Strus of the Miami Heat. You got to guess which one is going to be on The Bachelor.
Okay, I have written down to talk to you guys. Oh, actually, can we start somewhere that you guys might absolutely have no answer on? You know that haunted hotel in Oklahoma? Have y'all ever stayed there?
Yes.
What is it called again? Not the 21C, right?
No.
The new one, I think.
It's the
older one.
The Skirvin. That's what it is.
Yes. Yeah.
That sounds haunted. Just that name. What is that?
We stayed there up until last year. Last year was our first year not staying there.
Oh, teams aren't staying there anymore?
I don't think so. I hope not. That place is terrifying.
So did anything scary happen to you?
No, it's just the vibe. It's definitely haunted. That's for sure.
Max, do you want to talk about it? Like, we can make it a therapy session.
I know. I kind of need to get into that. What was it? The decor, the people working there? What made it feel haunty? I don't know.
It's just like very
Haunty.
like it's haunty. Yeah. It's very old. The rooms are like small and it smells.
It smells.
The vents though, like rooms right next to you, can like hear the other room next to you. So like I don't know if I was hearing stuff or it was just my neighbor. But yeah, no, it's not one of my favorite hotels to stay at. That's for sure.
The legend of it was, I think, that the owner was having an affair with someone who worked there, and then she was like, "I'm gonna tell that we're having an affair." So he locked her in the top floor, and then she never left.
Dang,
That's the voice you were hearing.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That would never happen in Me Too. I just want to say
Max,
that.
you thought it was someone having fun in the next room, but really it was just a ghost.
I hope not. Jeez.
Help me.
Yeah, right.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I literally had haunted hotel written down first, and then I asked your agent what you guys might want to talk about, and he said that you're very interested in fashion. But what does that mean? Because there's a lot of kinds of fashion. There's like the spectrum for NBA players, especially.
There really is. I feel like, Max, I would say, maybe I should speak for myself, we're more on the like conservative
Yeah.
end of that.
Like the last people that would talk about fashion.
There's some people that I honestly think they wake up in the morning and they're like, what clown show can I get started today? Because some of the outfits I see are like absurd. But hey, I mean, if you have confidence to pull it off, then why not? I like looking like conservative, like well put together, some nice pieces, but I can't walk around looking like, having everybody look at me being like, oh, that's new. You know, like I couldn't, but I enjoy fashion. I enjoy a being well dressed.
I think you could pull off some good looks, George. I could see you rocking some Russell Westbrook
A
holes
kilt?
in the shirt. Yeah, a kilt.
A
Okay.
kilt? Yes.
What do you think about like some I tried to get into fashion like earlier this year, and like I wore like, you know, those boots, like those like designer boots, they're kind of like halfway up.
Oh man, we need a picture of that.
So I
Like
did
Chelsea
that.
boots? Is that what you're talking about?
I don't know the specific name of them, but you know, anyway, I walked upstairs and my buddy was like, yo, it's nice to see that you're supporting our local state troopers with your boots.
Well, that'll do it. That'll make you not want to dress ever.
Oh my God. My confidence was at like a 10. I went to like a -7 walking out of the house. Dude, I was like sprinting through the tunnel, like, don't take pictures of me.
Oh, you wore them. You kept them on.
You know what I mean? Like once I'm set, like I'm just going to go with it, and whatever comes with it, I can roll.
Wow, good for you.
I did realize that I asked you guys about fashion, and then you're both wearing plain white t-shirts. So
Hey, that's a crazy comment considering it's the summer. Like it's a relaxed. We don't need to be dressed up at 1:00 on a Wednesday.
I think I'm wearing a team issued Miami Heat shirt. That's what I'm wearing. Nice.
Oh, okay.
Even better, a free T-shirt is like
Exactly.
top tier fashion.
Oh, Max, we know who you play for. You don't have to brag about it.
All right. Just because we beat you in the playoffs, man. Here we go.
Oh, I'm still not over that. So can we please not make that a topic?
My bad. Didn't want to bring it up.
The other thing I had written down to ask you guys is what you would do if you weren't NBA players. I feel like I know the answer in your case, George. Maybe I don't.
What would it be?
Fashion designer. Easy.
I think you would be into broadcast.
For sure.
Are you saying that because I talk too much? Like, what was that for?
No, I'm saying that because you've expressed an interest. You've been on multiple podcasts and you had a video series.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Don't you have your own podcast?
Doing a podcast is tough. I kind of like dance in and out of it because the legwork behind the scenes is almost like too exhausting. But if I had someone to do all that and I could just get on and just shoot the breeze, I think podcasting could definitely be in the future. But broadcasting is something that's cool. I like to get to know other people. I like to talk. So I guess you are right, Haley. I'll let you off the hook on that one. What do we think about Max?
What would I?
Yeah, what would you do? Not playing basketball, you could be anything in the world.
Is this like realistic or like what I would dream of doing?
Let's hear both.
Realistically, I'd probably be working at like State Farm or something, like selling insurance. To be
Is
honest.
this sponsored?
Good benefits. They've got good benefits.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I would probably have the most basic job, most basic boring job you could probably think of. What's my dream job? I mean, I don't know. I think my job right now is pretty cool. I enjoy it. I don't know. I do like the social media influencers that just like travel the world and seem like they have all the money in the world out of nowhere. But I don't know how you get that job.
Yeah.
Kind of fake
Pics are
it.
edited really nice. Yeah.
Yeah. I think you just fake it until people are like, wow, is this your job? Let me send you here. And then you get the free trips. So you can just start doing that on your Insta.
Fake until you're broke. Yeah, there you go. And then somebody starts paying something.
Yeah.
Or you know who you kind of look like that you get away with? The Tinder swindler. You could get away with something like that.
Okay, you
Now
do
that's
look
a dream
little bit
job.
like
Simon Lavelle, or whatever his name is.
I honestly wish I knew who you're talking about, but I'm sure I do look like him. I don't even know. Who was
you've
the
got to watch that documentary. It's
Who was
about
that,
this
Netflix?
guy who hustles women into giving him money. Not just women, but primarily who he matches with on Tinder into giving him money so he can live a lavish lifestyle.
Dude, like he was getting women to give him like $20,000 and they were taking out loans.
Oh,
That's
no.
What? What is his baseline? What is the story that he's like broke or like what does he do?
No, he would just match with them on Tinder and basically would be like, hey, I have a lot of money, come off as like he has all this oil money, but like his money's being blocked and people are after him. So like he'll pay her back, but she has to like send him like $50K and he would like travel to another girl. So it was like a big Ponzi scheme of like women. And when he'd send them a check, the check would bounce and these women had like no money. And I remember watching like at the end of the series, they're like, if you want to support them, go like to this Venmo. And I was like, I'm not getting caught in this Ponzi scheme. Get out of here.
That's the bigger scheme, is that they put on this documentary so they can get their money back. Dang. I can't
Did you
believe
not
I
see
didn't
it,
watch
Jordan?
that. Yeah, I can't believe I didn't watch that one.
It's really good.
We talk about it all the time. My taste in TV is very very niche, but I'm more of like a 90 Day Fiance, Married at First Sight type of gal. But I'm interested. What are your guys' guilty pleasure in TV? Reality television, sitcoms. What do you guys love to watch on off days?
You want to go first, Max?
No, you got it, man.
I'm a big like Entourage guy. I've probably watched it through like 4 or 5 times already. I like the Ozarks. I was big into Narcos. I like Friends. I don't really get into like The Bachelor or the 90 Day Fiance, because then I catch myself like wanting to go on Twitter and be like, "Oh, Gabby's so annoying," or you know what I mean. So I try to like stay away from that, because then I'll just say outlandish stuff, and that usually gets me in trouble. But I like to golf. But other than that, I would say my shows are pretty much at the minimum.
Talking about shows, why are you saying you like the golf out of nowhere?
Because for some reason I thought, God,
You watch the
man,
Golf Channel? Is that what you're trying to say?
I was gonna say, is there a show on the Golf Channel that you love?
Like Putting for Dummies and stuff like that. Like I'll go turn that on. No, I was kidding. I'm just joking.
Oh, okay. I don't watch the Golf
idea.
Channel, so I was like, yeah, that's a show.
Yeah, Haley was hitting me with her like, yeah, I remember you. Like,
Yeah.
no, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, for sure.
Remember me?
For sure. I get it though, because there is always a golf tournament on, like every weekend.
That's the best thing to fall asleep to.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
how
okay. Not a golf fan over here.
No, I like to golf. I don't like to watch golf though.
Oh.
Like being outside and golfing, but watching golf, can't do it unless it's like Sunday of the Masters or something like that. But just
Yeah, I
every
think
week.
it's one of those things where you have to grow up liking it.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I don't know how you get into watching it as an adult, but when you grow up with it, it's fine.
Well, I feel like every adult, like as they get older, try to get into golf and try to be like better at golf. So I think that just like is part of their process of getting better at golf, is they start to think that they're like really like golfies and like watch golf every weekend and try to get really into it. So I think that's what Georges is on the path to doing, it sounds like.
Honestly, I've heard from a lot of guys, like in relationship, it gives them like a 4-hour window, like away from their significant other. Like how women are like, oh, I'm going to go to Target or I'm going to go shopping. Like that's their break. I think that's like guys' break. Was that too aggressive? Was that too much? I think you guys shook your heads and stuff.
No, it's not. But I'm trying to learn how to golf right now. And I have noticed that I have 2 female friends who golf, but they're not in Kentucky. And every time we go to the range, well, it's humiliating, because the thing about golf is, does anyone ever feel good about it? You feel good like 1 out of every 50 times. And then the other times you're just devastated that you're still this fucking bad at it. But yeah, it's always guys as well. So I'll go into the little cubby section where no one can see your swing. You guys know what I'm talking about? Just because I don't want eyes on me. There's too much pressure already. But anyway, Max, you didn't tell us what your guilty pleasure TV is. I hope that it's something more embarrassing than George's, because Jordan said 90 Day Fiance. Mine is Love Island. I love Love Island.
Honestly, I haven't really gotten into reality television, but I did, like during COVID, when we were like locked in our house. I would live with like 2 other people, and 3 other people, and we got into The Bachelor. We actually watched it, and the one with the one dude, Colton, was that his name?
Oh, that was.
You guys watched that?
Yeah, that was a good season. I don't really watch The Bachelor, but I did watch that season because that was high drama.
Yeah, exactly. And it was like during COVID, like everybody was quarantined, everybody was home, so we were all like, I think we just made like drinking games to it every, what was it, Monday night, Tuesday night, whatever it was. Way to gather the friends around. But other than that, though, I'm more of like a comedy guy. I'll watch The Office, Ozarks, like he said, I've seen, Breaking Bad, Sons of Anarchy. Those were probably my favorites.
Jersey Shore. I know you watch that.
No, I never got into that.
TTL.
Sounds like you know all about it.
I was a big Jersey Shore guy. I guess that's one embarrassing one, but that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That takes the cake. Yes.
That was a great show, though. That was very formative.
Right?
Every Thursday night.
What was it? Thursday? They tried to combine Jersey Shore and Thursday. I'm not gonna. That's all I'm gonna say on that. Thursday.
That's actually something else. You're from Iowa. I found out that Max is from Illinois.
I went to school in Iowa. I'm not from Iowa.
Where are you from?
From Boston.
Oh, you're from Boston. Oh, yeah. On my notes, it says George is a Boston guy because that's what Zach said. I was like, what would they want to talk about? And he's like, well, George is a Boston guy. So I wrote down, George is a Boston guy.
Yeah, so like the Red Sox, Patriots, fucking the town, Adam Sandler, you name it. We can talk about it all.
Just the way you said fucking means you're from Boston.
Yes,
Yeah.
that could have been it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Khakis.
Why does Boston get a bad reputation?
Because I think everybody from the Northeast is like mean, like massholes. That's kind of like the name that they've created. But I don't know, it's cold up there a lot of the time, so people aren't too happy all the time. So I don't think people enjoy really going to Boston, even though it's a great place. If you guys want me to show you around, we have great Italian food, the Boston Tea Party, like historical sites. I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff to do.
The Boston Tea. There's tons of things to do. The Boston Tea Party.
Yeah, no, I can show you where it happens. Seriously.
The North End, though, great food, great Italian food.
Yes. Shout out Ari on the North End, my guy Massimo over there.
Max, do you like traveling to Boston, or do you also share the same
sentiment?
I
actually spent some time in Boston. I was with the Celtics for like a summer. So I lived there for 3 months. I actually enjoyed Boston though. I liked it. It honestly reminded me like a smaller Chicago. So I enjoyed my time there. Obviously it was the summer, so it was nice time to be there. But no, I liked it. I enjoyed it. I got nothing bad to say about Boston.
Is there like a sneaky good place that an NBA team is that people maybe outside the NBA or fans say is a bad place to live, but you guys would actually enjoy?
Like an NBA city?
Yeah, like because I think fans are always assuming that players want to live, in Miami, for example.
Yeah.
Or LA or New York, and then a lot of the other ones they'll just dump on without maybe knowing too much about it.
Damn. That might be the best question I've heard all year.
I kind of like Denver. I enjoy Denver.
Yeah.
Okay.
Denver.
I don't know. But
I was in Denver for a wedding. I will say it would take me a lot to get adjusted to the way that you have to change your drinking there and just your indulging habits, because I was at a wedding and I was like drinking a normal amount, but because of the altitude, it's not normal anymore. I was like, why do I feel like this? I've had 2 beers.
I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I made a speech. Yeah, it was, I'd have to get used to it, but I think Denver seems nice.
Dang. I mean, I would say Minnesota in the summer, but that's only because I went to school like 3 hours away and Minnesota was a good time. But when we go there in February and you can't leave your hotel, it's I don't know. I would go with Denver. I played in Utah, and I would say that's one where people are like, oh, I don't really like it there. And I enjoyed being there, like going up to Park City, the mountains, like there's a bunch of outdoorsy things to do, and people are normal. Whereas like in other places, it's just like keeping up with the Joneses, like what car do you drive? Where Utah was like, they could be a billionaire but drive a Subaru, and you'd like never know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
that makes sense.
But
I think a lot of base the cities off of the hotels we stay in, though, to be honest with you.
Facts. That's very true.
Which city has the best hotel
Philly.
to stay in?
Philadelphia.
Philly?
Yes.
Really? Why?
The Four Seasons in Philadelphia is like the best hotel I've ever seen ever.
It's phenomenal. There's only one bad thing is like the elevator situation is bad, but other than that, the hotel is top notch.
It's not enough elevators? Like it takes
No,
too long?
the lobby's on the 60th floor. So like you have to go from floor 1 to like 60, and then you go down to your room from there. It's just like there's like you got to go from one elevator up, then you got to walk across and go to another elevator. It's just like a whole debacle.
But what makes it so great? Because that does seem like a major inconvenience.
That seems like a big check.
Because when you go up to the 60th floor, you can see literally like the whole city. And then the next like so you go up to the 60th, and then the floors are like 59 all the way down to like 48, and that's where all the rooms are. But that's like it's the tallest building in the city, so you can see over the whole city. Then like the pool area is like an infinity pool that like looks out over like the whole city, so you can literally see Jersey, Delaware, North Philly, South Philly. Like it's just the view, and then it's just the amenities and the Four Seasons are.
Yeah, the rooms are really nice. Yeah, it has like the thing where you like. I thought it was so cool the first time I stayed there when you open the door and like the drapes open up and like music starts playing. It's like, what are we doing?
What? Music starts playing.
Yeah. It's
That
wild.
I'm so poor. Like that didn't even compute in my mind. Like what?
The first time I was there, I was like, I do not belong here. Why am I staying here?
Yeah, a lot of rich people stuff I think is just made up because it sounds so nonsensical. Like music playing. I can't even fathom that, but
when
that
you
sounds
have
amazing.
It's like enjoyable though. Like
Yeah.
I know it's stuff when you don't have, you're like, how could I ever do that? It's like when I was in the G League, we had to like shower in like these trailers. And then when I got signed to the Jazz, there was like 2 shower heads in the locker room. And I'm like, that's a waste of water. Like who would ever do that? And one day I like turn on both shower heads and I'm like, oh shit, I ain't never going back to one shower head. Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know a lot about the minor leagues in baseball and like them unionizing and how they are treated. Yeah, it's so bleak. Like their living conditions are terrible. And I've always wondered about the G League because it sounds way better than that. I mean, anything's better than that. But I also have no idea what it's like because you're not getting NBA amenities at that point, right?
No.
No, definitely not. But I mean, they're doable. I wouldn't say they're that far off from college. Would you, Max? Actually, that's a lie. Flying Southwest at 6 a.m. blows.
Yeah, no. I mean, we've had charter flights in college, so that's even a step up than the G League. But my cousin played minor league baseball, so I know all about it. And he was like, I felt so bad for him. Like they basically live in like dorm rooms, and then have like communal bathrooms and like, yeah, it's like worse than college basically, like bad. But the G League is like normal. Like we'll stay at like a Best Western or like a Holiday Inn, but it's not. I mean, you have a roommate too, so that kind of sucks. But but yeah, I think the worst part of it is like flying. Like we're spoiled with the NBA with charter flights and things like that, but like flying Southwest or flying United and having to go check in at the airport with 20 guys from your team, it's just like a disaster. Taking a short bus there that the other equipment manager drives, like it's hilarious.
Like the WNBA would like to have a word. That's their normal life.
Yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't be talking about like how bad that is because that is some people's norm.
Yeah, no, you're like Southwest, and I'm
now.
like, look, I get Southwest points. I sit in the A.
I still fly Southwest. Like I love flying Southwest, so I shouldn't say that.
That's a damn lie. I saw you on Delta first class leaving. Get out of here.
I just went to Vegas. I flew Southwest. I swear. You can check my receipts. But yeah, it's just like I was basing that off of the NBA to the G League. That's what I was doing. But it's really not that bad, but just like considerable to the NBA. It's not even close.
Well, I think anybody's going to say that based on y'all's schedule, having to fly sometimes daily, like sometimes you just get 2 days in between, 1 day in between. You want it to be convenient and not like, I fly Southwest, but I fly like once every 2 months. So it's not the worst thing in the world. Plus, I always get in front. I always do A. I'm in the A 1 through 31.
You buy the early bird check-in?
Yes, because that's the key with Southwest.
Exactly. See, George, I wouldn't know that. I wouldn't have known that early bird check-in unless I actually flew Southwest.
You're right.
There's my bad.
I've been scarred from Southwest because I've gotten caught with like C65 and I'm in a middle seat for 4 hours and I'm like, Southwest, no chance.
And there's no TVs, so you have to prepare. You need to have downloaded something or read a book. if you're sophisticated, but otherwise, yeah, it's awful.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Bad
You
experience.
guys, though, I respect it. That's a grind.
But yeah, now you guys are 4 seasons, 2 shower heads. Now that's like looking down on us Southwestern. Well, you say you still fly, but the NBA, it seems like that's a whole nother level.
Yeah, the NBA, we have nothing to complain about. I think the worst thing we complain about is like after a game at midnight where we're stuck on the tarmac for like an hour,
Yeah.
sitting in a playing cards, and like, why isn't the plane moving? I think that's like the worst thing that we actually, or the bellman forgot to brought our bag to the wrong room, which is sometimes annoying, but that's
That is
probably
annoying.
the worst it gets.
Who's like the teammate that nobody expects would be fun on the team flight, but is fun on the team flight?
Oh, we're gonna reveal some secrets here. You know
We're
what?
just buttering you guys up. This is what we really want.
On our flight, I would say Tyrese Maxey and Tobias Harris together is really funny. Joel's pretty funny too, but he's more kept to himself. But I would say Tyrese and Tobias. Now Max, he could probably give you a really good answer here because he has like, a lot of like.
We got some characters.
Yeah.
I would say one of them is going to be George's new teammate, so he'll probably have the next one. PJ Tucker was hilarious on the plane. He just he talks so loudly that like nobody can sleep on the plane. And he just like the whole time, he does not sleep. He just like screams the whole time because they're playing cards or doing something. And he'll just like blast his music and like he's just very loud in everything he does. But it's hilarious because he's just like laughing and yelling the whole time. That's actually pretty funny.
What games though? Like what games are you guys getting in on, and which ones do you sit out of?
I do not at all.
You don't play cards?
No. I don't have enough money to sit at the table.
Oh,
These aren't for fun. Card
When they
games,
play Phase 10 or like Uno and like it's for fun, I'll step in and play. But
I love Phase 10. To be fair, Phase 10 is a great game.
great game.
Max, you come up as more of like a Scrabble guy. You look like you a lot of 20
Is that
point words.
because I have glasses on right now? Is that why?
Yes. Is that judgmental? I don't know. I'm sorry, but you look really smart right now.
My Scrabble words would be awful. Like I would be so bad at Scrabble. Yeah, literally.
I used to be in the dictionary, like looking up all the words that began with like Z and Q.
You're
They have, like,
prepared.
Now that you can like type in what letters you have and it'll just like put a word for you.
Yeah.
I need that.
No, but the card game. So it's a card game called Boo-Ray is what we play. It's kind of like Spades. Have you ever played Spades? Any of you?
I'm not good, but I have. Yes.
So you get like 5 cards, and the deal goes around to the left, and say the most you can play with is like 6 people, and you have to put money up to play. It's kind of like blackjack, anteing up to play, and say it's like $20 a hand. So everyone puts up 20. The dealer deals everybody 5 cards and is allowed to flip one of his cards, and whatever suit that is, diamonds, hearts, clubs, spades, is the trump suit. Ace is the highest, then from down on king, queen, jack, 10, whatever. And, if you want to stay in, you say that you're in, and you give away the cards that aren't trump, and you get, say I have 2 trump cards, which is the suit that the dealer flipped. He gives you your cards back. And if you don't want to be in, you're like, I'm out. But if you stay in and you don't win a book, like where like you win like a trick or whatever they call it, then you have to match the pot. It's called getting booed. So that's why it gets crazy, because the pot may stay the same. And I've seen it get up to a large amount, and someone, like what we like to call, gets booed and then has to match the pot. So say if the pot got to like $20,000,
Oh my goodness.
and then you get booed, then you have to match the 20,000 of your own, but the 20,000 from before was just everybody else's over the course of a flight put in there. So now there's 40,000 in the pot, and sometimes I've seen someone else get booed, and then yeah, it just gets out of hand really.
What's hypothetically, of course, we're not literally speaking. This is just hypothetically. What's the biggest you've seen a pot get to?
I've seen it get to 120, and literally I was like I'm just gonna sit out. I will only play if I have the ace.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow.
It got pretty scary.
Is that played in partners though? Because or it's just
No.
it's just all
It's-
individual. Oh gosh.
One man band at this point.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be better if it was partners. If it was, I thought at first it was a partners game, and I thought that was called euchre. Like it seemed along the same lines of this game I used to play at my grandpa's house.
I've played that.
You've played euchre?
Yes.
Yeah. It must be because Illinois and Kentucky are close, but yeah, that's
The Midwest. For
Yeah,
sure.
it's a Midwest game. That
Yeah.
game is really fun.
You two got that bond. I can really sense.
Yeah. I'm only
I
gonna
was
ask
like-
George the hard questions.
That's
My
fucked up.
family played Bid Whiz, and that has partners, but it's similar than spades. And it's a trump card and all of that. So that's why I thought there was that connection. But that seems like you're all in or all out. I would be tapping out every time. I'd be like,
Yeah,
$20.
Jordan does not like risk. Every time we go to summer league, we'll try to get her to gamble, and maybe next time, but too strong, and she has persevered. I wish that y'all played like really silly games on the planes and bet huge pots like Kemp's or spoons or something. Do you know what I mean? I
Yeah,
already
we-
know, Max, you've played Kemp's.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What is that?
Kemp's is okay. So you have a
Right.
partner. It's really easy to explain. You have a partner. So let's say that you two are partners, and sorry, Sierra, me and Jordan are partners. We are trying to get 4 of a kind, and there's 4 cards on the table, and so you can pick them up and then you can discard. There's only 4 cards in your hand at any given time. So let's say that I get 4 of a kind eventually. What I need to do is signal to Jordan that I have Kemp's. That's what it's called. 4 of a kind is Kemp's. So we would have previously discussed some kind of tell or sign.
Or like a scratch the head or
Like this, or like you're playing with your ring or something like that. But you as the other team can see that I'm acting funny, and you can say stop Kemp's. So it's a silly game, but it is also a highly competitive game. Yeah, it's fun.
Yes.
Could you
I
have
played
like
that
fake
my whole
tells?
senior.
What? Yeah, you can do fake tells. I've done that before.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm a very competitive person. So I'll have layers to it. We'll have the real tell, the backup tell, in case I think they've identified the first tell, and then the fake tell. So if I'm playing with people I've never played with before who don't know I'm competitive, I'll do something real obvious like this. Where obviously
Mm-hmm.
who does that, but if it's people I know, then I'll have a fake tell that's actually real. So this would be my real one. Yeah.
Yo, honestly, you are like, there should be a pro league for Kemps because you just explain that. It's like, you fucking put your time in.
Yeah, I really like games. I do. I would love to be involved in like a high stakes thing, but I don't know what I definitely wouldn't play that one that you guys are talking about. It sounds like there's too much chance with the deal. That's scary. Like
Nah,
blackjack. Do you guys play blackjack when you go to Vegas?
I
Yes.
just,
Is that your only game, or
Craps. You don't want to see me and George on the craps table.
yeah.
like literally don't want to see it, or it's a good thing?
But you should come because we win money. Me and George do well together on the craps table.
Dude, we make a good team.
I love that craps is like a team activity. It's
Craps is all about energy. Like I swear, the table's upbeat and everybody's into it. Like you're gonna come out. I'm positive. You're gonna come. Like everybody's gonna win.
Yes.
That's what's fun. When people are like taking it so serious and like rolling their dice and like doing their by themselves, it's like bad energy. Everybody's gonna lose.
Well, it's interesting because it's such a like casinos are a really sad place if you just look up. Like no one's really happy, but except for the craps table, people are having a great time every single time.
They really are. That actually is a good point. you go to a blackjack table and you ask someone like, "Can I join in?" They're like, "Yeah, can you wait till the end of the shoe?" Like,
Yeah, they're pissed.
They're so focused. It's a sad place if you look too much into it. But I feel like that's also just recruiting. You're like looking at what table, you're filling out the vibes, and you're like, okay, this is where all the money is going to be met, so I'll go there. Makes sense.
Well, the dealer is very important because if you get a bad vibe from the dealer in blackjack, you've got to leave. And you don't even have to be, they understand. You can be diplomatic about it and polite, but you've got to go if you're not getting along.
We were just in Vegas. I was playing blackjack, and I had sat down with one of my teammates, and the lady was just a bad vibe. Like, I was like, I should have just got up and left, but I gave her a shot, and she had like 6 21s in a row. It was insane. It was like a blackjack, and then it was like a 4-card 21 and then a 3-card 21. I was like, this is actually insane. But
that must have been tough, Max, because where you play, the high limit room, that
right. All right, yeah.
What's the most you guys have lost on a game?
This is getting really personal, huh?
I can share. I mean, I've lost a lot at blackjack. It's true. I don't like to admit it, but it's true.
I've went to Vegas with like 2,000, got up to 6,000, and left with $0.
Oof.
That one hurt.
That secondhand hurts.
Yeah.
I feel like it's hard to lose that much in blackjack.
Not at the Aria. I was there. I was talking to people, and I'm like, oh no. And then next thing you know, I'm like, why do I only have one $25 chip? That's weird.
I don't bet enough to like lose that much. To be honest with you, I'm very conservative when it comes to gambling.
Yeah, that's Jordan. Me and Duncan and Davis were talking about this. You have to go to the end of the strip, almost off of it, to play blackjack and have any fun, where it's like the $5 entry tables.
Oh my god!
You're talking about like old Las Vegas?
Yeah.
I'm conservative, but if you're talking about Duncan, I think he's way more conservative than I am.
Yeah.
Yep. Where the free drinks are like water. That's where you gotta go.
Might as well play the penny slots. Fuck it. But we're not going to take any risks.
Oh, yeah. That's probably the one time I gambled. I paid the penny slots, cashed out at $6. So I was like, that's it. That's my limit. I don't know if I'm getting higher. Don't want to lose it. That's my conservative level.
Did you do that in Vegas, Jordan?
No, it was actually in Reno back in the day. Parents.
Ooh,
So Sacramento.
Good
Yeah.
Go crazy.
Good old Reno time.
Jordan, you're not like the stereotypically wild one in Vegas, but 2 times ago when we were in Vegas, you got engaged and got a tattoo.
That's true.
I want to remind you of
that. That is
That's
true.
a hell of a trip.
I know. And the best part, just to show how frugal I am, it was a $20 tattoo. It was a place that you could just pick from this chart, and I got a palm tree, and it was $20. I was like, cool.
Hell yeah.
Always gotta find a bargain. My leg did not fall off. It was on my ankle. It's still good, still intact. So I feel
no infection, nothing from the needle. Everything was all good.
We're good. I survived it. Didn't tell my mom until after. She was very concerned for me, but
I was so envious when I heard that story. I was like,
did you say you got married?
So cool.
I didn't get married. I got engaged at the Stratosphere. But hindsight, we probably should have just got married in Vegas like that weekend. Now planning a wedding. We should have just did it there. That would have been so fun. Great memory. Elvis whole thing. We should have just leaned in. Yeah.
Jordan, you're talking crazy stuff right now. I mean, getting married in Vegas, I don't know. I feel like you get judged for that when people ask, like, where was it? And you're like, oh, it was this beautiful venue. And you're like, yeah, I was at that little chapel, the one they show in all the movies.
From The Hangover.
Yeah.
From The Hangover. I know. But then it's like, yeah, it was like $30. I don't know how much it was, but it's not how much this extravagant wedding is. It would have been, if we're talking about deals, and I love a deal, that would have been the way to go.
I feel that. I can respect that.
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna if I catch an invite, I'm gonna bring like a penny slot to your reception so we can just enjoy that.
That would be so fun, and I would watch everybody else. I probably still wouldn't put money in because I've put so much money into the wedding.
We gotta get you to lean in a little more.
I'm
Yeah,
just
you could
scared.
gamble. You could have gambled at Summer League and we could have won.
I know.
Yeah, and covered the expenses of your wedding. Think positively about gambling. That's your problem. You're only thinking about losing. When you think about losing, you lose.
This is peer pressure. This is how bad habits start. Right here.
It is truly because I'm saying this and I lost like what, $600 after
That
a
trip.
recording? Yeah.
Yes.
One night. Yeah.
That's like one podcast for you guys. What are we even talking about?
I think you have severely overestimated what this podcast is. That's why you can go ahead and say whatever you want because don't worry. It's not going to reach $600 per pod worth people. So don't worry about it. I want to ask you guys about something that's near and dear to my heart. Astrology. I looked up both of your signs. Are you familiar with what you are?
Here we go.
I'm a Gemini, but every time I tell people that, they're like, "No way."
I'm an Aries, but I don't know anything about that stuff. I don't know what it means. I don't really pay attention to it, to be honest with you.
George, are
You've
you
come
born
to the
on
right
July
place.
17th?
June 17th. You've gotten.
Oh, oops. I was like, you're a Cancer. What are you talking about? Okay, you're a Gemini. Oh, okay.
Wow.
There you go.
Judgy McJudgerson over there.
Wow, I was like,
You already knew it
he's
was
a
coming.
Cancer.
You knew it was
Great
coming.
sign. Yeah, okay. So, Max, tell me if you think this rings true for you. An Aries born on March 28th, right? I got the month right. Will be bubbly, excitable, and somewhat unpredictable. They can be argumentative, but never to the point where it diminishes their personal charm. These people are thoughtful, meditative, and spiritual. What do you guys think? Is that true?
I don't know about the bubbly part of that, but
Yeah, Matt's a rough around the edges type.
I'm not very spiritual either. I don't think that really. I don't know. Some of it fit me, but not all of it. I would think.
Meditative.
Maybe others that know me well would disagree. What do you?
It seemed like you've never even said the word bubbly before.
Yeah,
I know.
it coming out of your mouth did not sound like it sounded like the first time you've ever said it.
I did not want to. That's not me. I don't even want to say it. But yeah, no, bubbly is not me.
I'm surprised that this was what Google said because Aries are normally known for being feisty and very quick to tell you that you're wrong. In my personal experience with Aries.
I think that helps too. I mean, I'm not very confrontational.
Oh, then yeah, it doesn't fit. It does not fit the bill.
Yeah. No,
All right.
see, that's why I don't believe in this stuff because it's just like that's just not me. Like that's just not true. So.
I get it. George, I have a Cancer one for you, so I'm just gonna make up the Gemini on the spot. But Gemini, you've heard it before. It's the twins, and so it's very dual personalities. You get extremely into certain things, like you have a lot of knowledge about a lot of different subjects. And sometimes you really, really, really like to be alone, but then other times you love to be like the most extreme version of the life of the party. That's basically the Gemini stereotype.
I would say the life of the party definitely fits. Why are you shaking your head?
I'm admit. Like I like said,
the being alone part, that maybe might be true. I was an only child for like the first 13 years of my life. So maybe that could kind of ring true. I don't really like the admitting about the twin part because that makes me seem like I'm two-faced, which I feel like I give everybody the same energy. That's kind of like one of the greatest qualities of George, if I am talking positively about myself. No, but I don't know. I guess it's somewhat true. I hear it all the time. Anytime someone asks me about my sign, I'm like, oh, shit. And then whenever I tell them, they're like, I think I'm going to go now. And I'm like,
I feel that though. I'm an Aquarius, and we are like the introvert, outrovert people. Like we're both. I can either be I'm the life of the party, I'm talking to everybody, or I am withdrawn and I get energized by being by myself. So I feel that kind of dual personality there. I'm with you.
I'm glad you can accept me, Jordan, because Sierra and Haley don't. They're like looking like, oh.
I'm just
No, no,
surprised.
no.
I thought that you were a Cancer, but my research was wrong. I read the wrong month. I think I got excited that it was going to be July 17th because it's my sister's birthday.
No, I get that. That would have been, something that's pretty cool. But, considering that you've got two things wrong about me, I think it's more excited to have
All right.
Max on than you are George. So no, I'm glad I was an add-on.
Literally on
record,
the
I'm
top
pro
of the
Gemini.
prep list says George is a Boston guy. So
Yes.
you were literally the first thing on the list. So there you go.
All right, you're forgiven.
Zach also said that you guys might be open to talking about something that Jordan and I are very curious about, which is what it's like dating when you're famous, because it seems like it would be bad. But if you guys also don't want to talk about it, that's fine.
I'm not famous, so I don't know what that's like.
Max,
When you're very, very, very well known. How about that?
Shut up.
Max, you actually don't work at State Farm. You're an NBA player. Like you.
That doesn't mean you're famous, though. I can walk down the street and nobody will know who I am.
That's not true.
Anywhere, and people will not know who I am.
That can't be true.
In Miami?
Miami, okay.
Okay.
Miami's gotten more and more. I've gotten more recognizable in Miami because of the playoffs, I think. But I wouldn't say I'm famous by any means.
Max,
Okay.
I need you to dive in a little bit. Seriously, like the humble play, it was cute, like to start the podcast, but like open up a little bit, seriously.
You want to talk about your
Not
dating life then,
famous,
buddy?
Southwest.
I mean, like, I could understand why people think it's hard to date, because then you kind of have like that mental block where it's like, is this person really into me for me? Or is it because like we go to steak dinners, because I drive in this car, because we do cool stuff? Like, would you be into me if I made 50 grand as a construction worker and like you had to support me and bring me lunch every day at noon? Would you still be like, oh, I love this dude? So I understand that, and I think that's the toughest part is like finding, you want to find someone that's into you for you, and it's honestly hard to date someone when you're gone. I mean, probably I would say like 100-something days out of the year, and like you need to be focused. People don't understand. They think we just show up and play a game, but like the mental prep and like routines that we go through, like I'm not letting my mom disrupt that. Never mind when I let my girlfriend, or someone like that. So when you're calling me at like 3 a.m. or something to be like, I saw this on the internet and like, is this true? And I'm like, one, people can say whatever they want on the internet and no, it's not true. And 3, why the hell are you breaking my routine for some nonsense? There's very few people that can have the, how do I say this, self-awareness or to be secure enough in themselves to trust, like, all right, I'm dating a professional athlete, and these are the things that people say or do, but I have trust in our relationship, and like we're happy. And it's tough for a lot of people because then they get caught up on Instagram, and it's just there's a long list of stuff that aggravates me about. But yeah, they're
Yeah, it's hard.
That was deep. You just got real deep. I appreciate that, man. That was.
I opened up on this podcast, so hope you guys appreciate it.
Well, I mean, for people who have no notoriety at all, the social media can be so destructive because it's like, why did you like her put? Why did you Why are you following? You know what I mean? So you can like I spy all day, even with no notoriety at all. But then when you do have some, then it just magnifies it because more people are watching everything because they're trying to see like does he want to leave this team? Like, blah, 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 all of those kinds of things as well. So I'd imagine that it's frustrating to see like every move be watched in that way.
George touched on it, but I actually think the hardest part of it is the money thing. Obviously we make a lot of money, so I think that's the hardest part, is to know whether or not they're in it for the right reasons or not. I think that's really the hardest part about dating.
That was such a Bachelor comment. You're not here for the right reasons. You would totally hit them with
That's where you got that.
You totally hit them with that.
Look what Colton taught you, Max. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think it would
Oh
be
my
the
God.
travel, like the person that
And the
you're
time.
with.
Right.
The time, like their love language cannot be quality time. Like that couldn't be it, because you are gone so much. And it comes in with the security thing, knowing when you guys want to communicate and all that stuff, but just being gone all the time. They're kind of like living alone or by themselves a lot of the time, and they just have to be okay with that. I'm sure that that's really hard.
True.
Yeah. No, that's tough. And then sometimes you get back from games or road trips and you just want to be like alone, like how you say, like you get energized by yourself. And it's like, what the heck? You're just gone for 5 days. It's like, no, you don't understand. Like, it's not that I like you less. It's just I just want to be by myself. And then that's an argument. And then that turns into a whole new thing. And next thing you know, you're down the rabbit hole. And, you know, just being single during the year I've done pretty good work doing that. So on the court. Sorry, that sounded crazy.
Yeah, I was like,
Wow.
I honestly did not.
We know
I
what
did
you
not.
mean. We know what you mean.
I was
No,
like,
innocent
congrats,
brain
man.
over here. Max is like, that's awesome. Thanks.
You're like, we didn't talk about
Great job.
I was wondering if you guys ever just do not talk about your job as well initially when meeting someone, but then I realized that might be hard because physically people might assume that you play basketball because you're tall.
Yeah.
I've tried that, but you know, everybody, it seems like dating now, everybody's like, well, what's your Instagram? Just, I guess, so they can show their friends who they're talking, that kind of ruins it. I actually had one scenario where I told someone my name was Javier and we had kind of like lost touch. And I like texted her, I was like, hey, it's George. She's like, I've never heard of a George. And I was like, that kind of backfired.
Way to go with Javier. That's a good.
Right? I kind of have that persona, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could be happier.
Max speaks a little Spanish after being out of Miami. Give us a little something, Max.
Hola.
Hola.
I wish I had.
Damn, you said that with a Kentucky accent. Hola.
Sí, senor. Yeah, sí, señorita. See, I can roll my R a little bit. That was nice.
That was good. It's been over an hour. I actually would love to keep talking to you guys. You're very funny, but I don't want Zach to get mad at us. So
Yeah,
we
he
will
gets-
let you go. But thank you. This was really fun.
So fun.
Yeah, we appreciate it. It's fun to do non-basketball sometimes.
No,
Thanks for your honesty.
Yeah.
Spilling out.
Change of pace for us.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us on. We really appreciate it. Don't you think so, Max?
It's a great time. I enjoyed my time.
George, do I sense some sarcasm in your voice?
He's still mad you got his birthday wrong. And where he's
Oh, what the?
That's gonna
He is holding that against you.
I'll send you a screenshot, but it says George is a Boston guy, the minivan, July 17th, March 28th. That's the rundown. So
Max, like I said, we know who she was more excited. You know, she's like, Midwest, we have that connection. George,
I
wrong
thought we
birthday.
did, but you're from Boston.
I know. She
so-
wanted to loop you in that with. Yeah,
You know what, Haley, can we pretend I'm from Kentucky? You know, I was born and raised there. I lived in LA for 4 years. I go to the post office. I like Wendy's. Just wrap me up.
You're a Cancer.
Yeah.
July 17th. That's my new birthday now.
Oh my god. All right.
If you messed up my birthday, I wouldn't have given you as much hassle as him. I would have given you like the Midwest. Oh, it's all okay. You know, it's all good. We can.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right.
That's what's
See, that's
preventing me from
that's
moving back to LA.
That's the Boston masshole right here. That the world revolves around him right here.
Oh my God. Shut up.
Well, thank you guys. We appreciate it.
Thank you guys.
Yes, this was very fun. Thanks for doing this. Maybe during the
that was
season
so
we
fun.
can have you back on.
For
Love
sure.
that.
Yeah. And Max, if you want to apply for The Bachelor, I got you. I filled out a form for my brother. He didn't get the call, but I'm a writer. I can write something. We can apply.
They
I
would
think-
definitely
I
have an NBA player. Oh my god, they would love that.
Got you.
Especially someone famous like Max.
All right, it was great talking to you guys.
Max is like, all right, fuck you guys, bye. Bye guys, thank
All right.
you.
Bye.
All right, thank you.